You want a rant? I'll give you a damn rant. Um, Got a few links to another photography channel. Has nothing to do with them. Anyways, talking about why he's jumping ship from Nikon to another brand. I don't give a damn when anybody jumps ship. That's like the big thing these days too. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, so and so jumped ship." Good. Who cares? You know, as a hardcore Platonist, and that's exactly what I am. Um, I've got this unique mind that always is looking at not what people say, I listen to that too, but what they don't say. When it comes to photography, I made out this God list, and it's irrefutable. I'll post a link to it below. You should print it out and give it out to any supposed photographer and let them ponder on it. Okay? Levels of importance. Mind. Okay? Lighting. We haven't got to any camera equipment yet. Lens, then the camera. Mind, lighting, lens, camera. Where does the camera fall on that scale of 1 to 4? It falls right at the bottom. You know, I just got done reviewing the new Fujifilm Speedlight. High-speed sync capability is what it can do, what it can't do. Lighting. Every time I make a lighting video, people go like this. You know, and it could just be me. And it's not me. It's anybody that makes videos on lighting. Really? I look at other photo forums, see what people have questions. Like if a group of people have an enormous question, it's like, man, I can't figure it, I don't know what. Then I'm like, well, that's a really good idea for a video. They're like, all these people with this question, I know the answer to that, so I'm going to make a video. On all these boards for Nikon and Fuji, for example, when you go to the section on flash photography and lighting, man, that it just crawls. It crawls like a constipated three-toed sloth. You think like when the new Fujifilm Speedlight came out, people would be really interested. No, no, no. Everybody's just like a natural light photographer. People I know are afraid of flash photography. I could teach someone how to master flash photography. Oh, trust me, I can. In just 2 days. No, I'm not going to start giving workshops on that. If I do, it'll be free. So telling. I mean, it gets so sick. Nobody talks about lighting. I mean, what the hell is wrong with people? I mean, what's wrong? Everything is lighting. You need to start having a mental erection, excuse my language, for lighting. I mean, I've already got like 30 times more light mods than all the rest of them combined. That's not important. Well, you're bragging. Well, maybe I am, but it means I really care a lot about lighting. Because everything is lighting. 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 Studio strobes, light meters, lighting ratios, lighting, strobes. I had one person I was emailing with the other day, and he didn't really come out and say it, but he thought I was like some sort of old douchebag and that I was recommending TTL cables. And I said, listen, brother man, listen up, girlfriend. Will you point me to an option with the Fuji system, for example, where I can do high-speed sync photography off camera? Because the worst lighting in the world, not that you can't do decent lighting on the hot shoe, but 95% you cannot. That's really crap lighting. Unless you're a photojournalist or a paparazzi or a press photographer, you stick your damn speed light in your hot shoe, you know. This is what wireless triggers are for. I said, tell me an option where I could do high-speed sync flash photography wirelessly. Even if you had 2 of those Fujifilm speedlights, you still can't do it. Where they're communicating with each other, you can't do high-speed sync that way. No, you can do TTL, you do other things. Can't do high-speed sync. You know, this guy actually thought I was like living in the Stone Age. Like, oh man, cables. He's like, that's 1990. I was like, really? Then you point me to see, people don't know anything. People are afraid of lighting. They are. I mean, I shit you not. People are scared of lighting. You know, they just like, oh my God, it's hard enough to figure out my camera. Really? Lighting isn't that difficult. I mean, I know a lot of the advanced speed lights really scare the shit out. Nikon speed lights, the advanced ones, they scare the shit out of people because they go like, I'm just figuring out my camera. This speed light's as complicated as my camera. It's like, you don't need to use all that frou-frou nonsense. I've had so many people that I've told to just, you know, start failing, go out there and fail for a day, go walk in the park and fail. Fail for a few hours, then you'll fail half as much, and then in a few more hours you'll fail half as much again. And then within 48 hours of failing, you'll be, boom, right there. Everything's about lighting and saturation. You want saturation in your pictures that pop, give you isolation. You know why a snapshot, why your super expensive Nikon or Sony or Fuji, and that super expensive lens that you bought looks like shit, it looks like a snapshot, is because there's no saturation and there's no subject isolation and separation due to lighting. Everything is about lighting. Lighting. Nobody talks about it. Nobody cares about it. Like, I want to hear about the latest camera. I want to hear about the latest lens, latest camera. Let's say, shut the hell up. It's about lighting. You need to start getting like excited about power packs and cables and triggers and strobes and studio strobes and light boxes and soft boxes and octa boxes. Oh yeah. Now I made a joke before in a couple of videos, and I said like when there's a photography convention like the one that was over in Germany or one up in New York. There's two sections, basically. There's like all the cameras and lenses are over here, and that's where all the dumbasses go as soon as they enter. I want to see what Nikon's got. I want to see that latest lens, the 50mm f/0.005. And then you've got all the hardcore professionals like, oh man, I want to see that latest strobe or tint or octabox or like the collapsible scrim someone makes. I forget who makes it. It's a shock-corded collapsible scrim. You know, like those pop-up tents. You just let go of this thing, it goes poof. And then you got this huge gobo that pops up, and it's like, wow. All the other idiots are looking at the latest Nikon or Canon lens. You got the hardcores over there going, oh yeah, look at this lighting, yeah. I'll edit out that later. Lighting is so important. I mean, I'm pissed. Not really pissed. I am pissed because nobody talks about it. I know people are scared of lighting, but, you know, it's all about lighting. It's called photografia, writing with light. Your camera and your lens are the bottom of the scale. Point number one, mind, lighting, lens, then camera, okay? Most important thing, I don't give a shit what sort of photography it is. Commercial photography, product photography, wedding photography, I don't give a damn what it is. It's mind, lighting, lens, and then right here on the bottom, you know, right down there with the dog crap is the camera. I am guilty as anybody else of making countless videos about lenses and cameras and talking about lenses of cameras. That, however, does not include the fact that the most important shit in photography is lighting! Actually, the most important thing is right up here. But, you know, that's a point for another discussion. I've had those discussions before about being able to see things. Okay? I also need to differentiate out a professional photographer, technically a serious photographer who never changes, never moves the camera, never moves the light. Technically, a serious photographer is a professional photographer. Technically, they are. Technically, that dumbass is a professional photographer. No offense to the serious photographers. However, I do mean offense. Talking about a novice versus an expert, okay? Two different groups of people. Amateur versus professional. It means someone that plinks around with the camera is an amateur. Someone that does it for a living is a professional. Okay, professional photographer doesn't mean the person knows jack shit about photography. Now we're down here talking about novice versus expert. Also someone that plinks around with cameras. Expert. Expert photographer. Someone is a master of a composition, which has to do with this little thing between your freaking ears, your brain! Seeing the picture before, you know, especially if you're going to make one, like your studio, like, man, I imagine this, and I know where to place the lighting for this, and I want to do this, and it's like, you're building the photograph in your brain, and then you have the expertise to manifest what exists between your two ears. You're like, I've got the vision, dude, I got the vision. I am seeing her like this, and I'm seeing the lighting like this, and you make it happen! And then you go, shit, that's it, man. You know, that's the photograph. It goes from here to your hands, okay? That's expert photography. Expert photography is composition, brain, and light mastery. Mastery of light, okay? Two things to define expert photographer. Okay, we're not talking about professional photographer, someone who's doing it for a living. We can say professional photographer all we want, but that's just someone who's just making a living doing it. Expert photographer, master of composition. And secondly, most importantly, well, not most importantly, but important right after the mind, is light manipulation. Control, mastery of lighting. Lighting ratios. Why is it that I'm the only asshole, I think I am, on YouTube it talks about the necessity of having a light meter? You're not using that for sports and action and wildlife. Hold on a second. I'm going to take my light, my 1 degree spot meter, and I'm going to spot meter, Brusky the bear over there. I'm not saying that's what a light meter is for. Why am I the only person that talks about the necessity of like a color checker passport and a light meter? Why? Why? Why don't I hear about any of these other people talking about light meters? I never see. There are a few people, really obscure channels where they're using a light meter in the street. It makes things so much simpler. It's like, oh, it's just another device I got to screw. No, it makes things simpler. Okay? It makes things simpler. Same thing as a color checker passport makes things. It's like, I got to guess about the white. Why don't I just hold up a color checker passport, take one shot with that lighting, and then when I go into Lightroom, I just like, that's my white balance. Boom, I'm done. There's no guessing, no bullshit. People think that complicates photography. No, it makes it easier. The reason why your beautiful photographs look like snapshots is because lack of lighting. Lighting. Everything is lighting. Why does nobody talk about lighting? Like when a new speed light comes. If people have been waiting forever. This is such total bullshit. People have been waiting forever for Fuji to pop out with a high-speed sync and TTL capable speed light. Forever. It's like, Fuji sucks because they don't have any lighting options, I mean TTL, HSS. And now that it's out, and I'm the first person to do a review, I don't say they have to watch me. They could hate me. I don't give a damn, First person doing reviews on the Fuji and like the Nissan wireless TTL. People, it's like that's the second most important aspect of photography is lighting. Mind, lighting. Number 2 of importance. Then lens. Then way down there at the bottom with cow shit is the camera. Mind, lighting, lens, camera. Mind, lighting, lens, camera. What the hell is wrong with people? If you remove the fear of speed lights and the fear of, oh my god, it's so hard to figure out my camera, I understand that. It's like, I gotta add something else, which is lighting. I understand that. But even if you remove that aspect, it's like, what the hell is wrong with people? It's about lighting. It's like, no. It's about this awesome camera and this super expensive Zeiss Otis 35mm f1.1 with super nano coating. Yeah! I was like, well, that shit doesn't have lighting. Lighting is important. Lighting, girlfriend. Lighting. The big L. Okay? If you don't believe in the big L, then you're another big L, which is a loser. Okay, that was my rant about lighting. I hope it didn't offend you too deeply. Yeah. What the hell is wrong with people? What the hell is wrong with people? It is about lighting. Lighting. No, I was wrong about that. No, I was 100% right about that. It's about lighting. It's lighting. Lighting. Lighting, damn it! Shit. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.